So what's up, YouTube? James here with the Buscemi family channel, bringing to you our latest video. And in this video, I'm going to show you exactly how I bring added income into my family in a very short period of time. One of the things that I recognized when COVID happened, when the pandemic happened about a year and a half ago, whenever it seems like forever at this point, was that many people were going to lose their jobs. Thankfully, I was able to keep my job, and the business that I was running continued to run, and the industry in which I was in, it continued to flourish. However, there were many people, thousands, hundreds of thousands, that lost their jobs, businesses that went under, and what it did was it kind of flipped a switch in my head, and it made me realize that I want to find other ways of bringing income into my family. I've talked about some of the businesses that I've owned and sold. You've seen that I flip houses because I bring the flipping houses to you in my YouTube videos. Please go ahead and look at those videos as well. But this is just another way that I'm going to bring to you right now that I'm able to bring a lot of money into my family in the very quickest amount of time. So check it out. I'm going to show you pretty much in real time exactly how I'm able to make a lot of money in a very short period of time. So check it out. Let me give you a little bit of a disclaimer. What I'm about to show you is what's called binary options trading. And binary options trading is risky. It is not for everyone. By no means am I telling you to do it. What I am telling you is that this is how I do things, and this is how I make extra income for my family. Do me a favor, subscribe to my channel. I'm doing my best to bring you great, relevant content, and I very much appreciate the support. Check it out. All right, YouTube, so let's take a look at exactly what we're looking at here. I want to describe to you what we're looking at and how I make some extra income on the side. In a very short period of time, I'm going to show you how I'm able to make a lot of money just like that. Okay, so what we're looking at is pocket option. And what pocket option is, it's a binary options trading platform. Pocket option is the broker that I trade binary options are. Certainly there's other brokers out there or other platforms out there in which you could use, but I happen to have gotten used to pocket option as the broker or the platform in which I trade binary options. So what are binary options? Binary options, if you think of the word binary, when you think of binary, you think of ones and zeros or this or that. It's binary. It's one thing or the other. So what a binary option is you're basically betting if something's going to do this or something's going to do that. So let's get into what that something is. So the very first thing that I wanted to show you, if we take a look at this screen here, is this section right here gives you the ability to see all of the items in which you can trade in a binary fashion. Okay, so you have currencies, you have cryptocurrencies, you have commodities like silver, gold, etc. You even have stocks. And by the way, this is over-the-counter type stuff. This is not being traded on like NASDAQ or the Dow Jones. This is just within this platform, okay? Typically, I like to trade currencies. What we're looking at here are currency pairs, okay? You're looking at the euro versus the ruble or the US dollar versus the ruble. And in those currency pairs, what you're betting is whether the price or the relationship between those currencies is going to go up in value or down in value. So typically, if you see here, you have the euro and the ruble, you have the US dollar and the ruble, you have the Canadian dollar and the Japanese yen and so forth. And next to it, you have this percentage number. What this percentage number is telling you is what your return on investment is. Okay, so if I bet $1 on this particular currency pair and I win, I get 80% of that $1. So I will return $1.80 because you keep your dollar. So you win 80 cents. If you trade this currency pair and you bet $100 and you win, you'll get $180. If you bet $1,000, you'll get $1,800. You get that 80% of what you bet. Now, right now, it happens to be almost 8 o'clock on a Thursday night, and typically the return on investment goes down at nighttime. In the morning time, you could see something in the range of 92 and so forth. But at nighttime, for whatever reason, it goes a little bit further down. I never really go below 70%. So what I'm gonna do here is I'm gonna put a star next to all of the ones that I wanna potentially trade. Anything less than 70% is really not worth, in my opinion, the return on investment. So the second you put the star, you'll see that it'll populate up here on the top of the screen. And this just gives me the ability to page through very quickly. Okay, so now we recognize what we're actually trading, a currency pair. Let's take a look at the middle of the screen. What we're looking at the middle of the screen here is this red button and this green button. This red button, if you click it, you are betting a put option. So you're betting that the relationship of the currency pair is going to go down in value. If you click on the green button here, you're investing to figure out if that value of that currency pair is going to go up in value. What we're looking at the screen here is what the actual price is. As you can see here right now, that this particular currency pair, which is the euro and the ruble, is trading at 86.973 and kind of fluctuating in that range. Okay, if I hit this red put button, it will create a hard line wherever I click that button, and I would be hoping for the value to go down. So let's take a look at what some of these things in the middle of the screen mean, okay? So if you click on this button right here, you have the ability to look at various items that'll help you figure out what it is that you want to bet on, whether you want to bet if it's going to go up in value or down in value. I like to use candles, as you can see here. These are candles. Other items are bars, which will look something like this, lines, area, and so forth. There's a different type of candles called Heikin-Ashi, which is a little bit different, kind of takes like averages, if you will. But for whatever reason, I've gotten used to using candles, and I'll continue to use candles. Over here, you have the time frame of the candles. Typically, I like to stay at about a minute. So what that means is M1 means 1 minute candles. S30 means 30-second candles. So I'm gonna keep it on candles and 1 minute candles. Next, you'll see that I already have certain items that are checked off here. I have RSI, which is kind of a momentum indicator. I have the stochastic oscillator, which is also kind of a momentum indicator. And then I also have the Keltner channel, which you could see here on the screen. The Keltner channel is this blue channel here. I'm just gonna delete, I've hit the button a few times. So typically, I use all of these indicators to give me the understanding of what it is that I want to bet, if I want to bet a put or a call. So if you take a look down here at RSI and stochastic oscillator, you'll see these lines. Let's take RSI for an example. RSI, I have a 70 line, which is this green line. I have a 30 line and a 50% line. When I see this particular line, which is the value of the currency pair, go above the 70, what that indicates to me is that it's overbought. And if it's overbought, I think that people are going to start to sell it and the value might go down. If it goes below this 30 line, which is indicated by this orange line here, it could be oversold. And if it's oversold, you might start to think that people might want to start buying it and it might kind of shift up. I use that indicator in conjunction with the stochastic oscillator, in which I have kind of a similar kind of understanding of how it works in terms of overbought and oversold. Okay, what you're looking at here in the middle of the screen is M3. If I hit put option or call option, it's a 3-minute bet. So the bet will conclude in 3 minutes. So basically, if you bet a substantial amount of money In 3 minutes, you could make a tremendous return on that investment, and I'm gonna show you that here today. So it's a 3-minute bet. You have the ability to do 1-minute bet, 2-minute bet, 3, 5 hours, and so forth. In terms of my strategy, I like to stay with 3-minute bets. What you're looking at here with this line is basically 89% of the trades are right now going to the negative or to a put option, and 11% are going to a call option. It's an organic measurement. It's just another indicator that you could use to kind of figure out what you want to do. And lastly, here is the trade amount. This is where you'll say how much money you want to trade. Over here in this portion of the screen, you'll see any open trades. Right now I have no open trades, so this is blank. But the second I place a trade, the clock will start ticking and you'll see what the trade looks like, and at the end of the trade it will let me know whether I won or lost. Up here you'll see that right now I have 98 cents in this account. I just placed $980.98, and you can see that that just populated now. So what I'm gonna do now is I'm gonna look for an opportunity. And basically how I'm looking for an opportunity, or the strategy that I use, is I kind of page through the various currency pairs and I like to see. Now, if you take a look here, you'll see that this is over the Keltner channel to the positive side. It's almost oversold on both RSI as well as stochastic oscillator. And I think that this might go down in value. And you saw that it went slightly down in value. I didn't really pull the trigger at that moment, but that would be a potential opportunity. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna look for an opportunity, and then I'm gonna turn the camera back on and get right back to it for you. All right, YouTube, so I made my bet, and we have basically 2 minutes and 22 seconds to see whether or not I win a certain amount of money. I bet $980, and you can see that this is the hard line in which it must come below in order for me to be successful and to win some money. Right now, it's a losing bet, but let's hope that that tide changes and I win some money. So let's fast forward and see what happens. All right, YouTube, so we're back, and you can see 2, 1, 0. So YouTube, we started at $980.98. We are at $1,666.98. We just made $686 in 3 minutes.